Welcome back to my channel, angels. I hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm here with like a really interesting topic. I mean, it's something that every single parent needs to know, even though you're not a parent, but you need to be prepared for this, but before we begin with this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to. It's really up to you. But the whole thing is about giving parents heads up through what I went through. I mean, it's something horrific that if people knew what future has for them, how like you could get a sneak peek of your future, I don't think people will be moving forward because they wouldn't be prepared. But the fact that it's coming so unpredictable, it makes it like, you're not prepared, but you're there, ready. But anyways, this whole thing, it started. Every time I think about this, I get emotional, so bear with me. So anyways, I'm just putting this message out there for every single parent. Even if you're not a parent, you need to get ready for this as well. You need to know this as well, because everybody's going to be a parent in the future. So it's pretty much for everybody. So anyways, the thing is, I'm here to let you guys know that you need to know first aid. First aid, guys. I know it doesn't sound that important, but that's what I thought too, So this whole thing started as in like, I did aged care, yeah, but it wasn't something for me. I wasn't feeling it until I got to a point, to a work placement that one of the bosses said that we can't be attached to the clients, we can't be attached to the residents there. So I was like, okay, so we're doing this job just, without sympathy. So I'm just like, nah, this ain't my job, So I did not end up finishing that certificate, but it was a lesson. It was something that, that happened for a reason, to prepare me for something ahead of me, because I have never done a first aid. I've never had a first aid certificate, and me doing that aged care, it made me go through first aid certificate, and that came handy. The reason I'm saying that is because when my son was about 4 months, because he was born in October, and then that incident happened in February, so in February, that's like a month after, a month less after my little brother was buried, So it was like, my mind was not in the right place. But anyways, in February, when my little one was 4 months, I'm used to that routine, with a newborn baby, the time they'll be waking up, the time to feed them, the time is pretty much precise with, the schedule is pretty much precise with everything, so you will know exactly what to do. Your instinct will, like, becoming a mother is just like, you have a bit of like, you come with extra powers in you, so how your children will be reacting, what to do with the kids and stuff. Your body, your instinct will tell you everything. So with this whole thing, my son normally wakes up around 9 in the morning, and because after, like, we wake up, and then I wake up around 8:30 or 8 o'clock, around that time, and then I feed the other ones breakfast, and then I prepare myself with my son, eat breakfast as well, and get the milk pumping and everything. So around 9 o'clock, I was sweeping. 9 o'clock came, and my son wasn't awake. My son wasn't crying. So I was like, okay. At that time I was sweeping, and I didn't even check the time, but ended up checking it later on. It was past 9 o'clock. So I went and took a sneak peek. I had that instinct in me, because with mothers we have to, like, Even if you have to be every second, you have to open the door, check on your child. So anyways, something just told me, you know, something ain't right. Like, you feel it, something ain't right. So as I was sweeping, I went on my sweep, opened the door, and there was my son staring dead at me, like staring right in my eyes, all pale. You know, with the dark skin you can't see it pale, but if their body is cold and if they're limpy, you know, his body was limpy, it was like wobbly and stuff, like pretty much like a dead body, you know. And so he was just there staring at me. So I don't even know what I did with the broom. I just ran in there, I grabbed him. Like, I wasn't prepared for that feeling, but I grabbed him and I checked. Like, he was like running out of breath, you know. He was gasping, you know. His eyes were like out and his body was cold and he was pale. So I was like, okay, I try not to panic, because at that time you'll be like, your mind will be out of there completely, like you will be screaming your lungs out what's going on with my son. But oh my goodness, the thing that I did, okay, it's like, problem, I need to find a solution. You know, the problem is he was gasping for air. So I was like, okay, that first aid came in mind, because when I did first aid, I remember the kids, these two fingers you press on their chest, because we don't want to go full on. With the full on, you end up breaking their chest. So you go, you know, it feels like you're not doing anything, but it actually helps. So I was pumping, and I laid him down on the bed. I was looking up, you know, trying to gasp for air, and I was pressing on his chest. Hold up, guys. And then with the air, you pretty much have to breathe, like hold the nose and breathe through their mouth. Just normal breath, because you don't want to go full on. You know, they're still babies. Remember, that's a 4-month-old. So you have to look their size. You have to know that's a child. So you need to know. You need to be calm at that time as well to perform CPR. You know, that was my first time doing a CPR on a human being. My son happened to be the first human being to do a CPR on. And that's why I'm here today, to give out this message, to prepare other mothers there, because I know there's some of us that don't know any first aid procedures. So with my son, I just pressed on his chest, and then I, like, you know, hold his nose and then breathe a couple of breaths in his mouth, and then I could start seeing the life coming back in him. You know, I could start seeing like his color is changing. He's becoming warm again, and he's wiggling himself. You know, because before he was just like all limpy. There's no energy. There's no air in him. He's just lifeless. You know, he was fighting to breathe. So I was breathing in his mouth. I could feel like it's like I'm pumping the soul in him. You know, so he started like he wanted to scream out, you know. So as I was, you know, breathing in his mouth to give him air, I was giving him more energy. So out of there, after like he had enough, he just burst out and screamed, you know. Because at that time, I think I was crying at that time as well, until like my ex-partner came through and find out what's going on, you know. Like I think he was calling an ambulance at that time, but my mind was just focused on the child. No, so it was the hardest time. Every time I think of this moment, it just brings tears to my eyes. But things happen for a reason. You know, if I didn't go through that class of aged care to do first aid, I wouldn't know what to do completely. I'll just watch my son leave right in front of my eyes, you know. And then regret later, I should have done something. And then maybe later I'll start going into like knowing what to do. And then after that, the ambulance came. And we took him to the hospital. nothing was wrong. They kept him in the hospital for a while, you know, for I think 2 days or 3 days to check if it's gonna come back again, and nothing was happening. He was fine. He was playing around, like, you know kids, when you take them to the hospital, it's like the mother's exaggerating. So you're just sitting there like, what kind of demon got into you? But nah, man, that I'm here, like, it's something that was not in my YouTube list, but I remember, and I was like, I reckon somebody needs to know this. Somebody out there probably doesn't know how to do first aid, and this is the main thing, especially for a child. I didn't know I'll be able to want to use this, but here I am. I did it, and because of that, I saved my son's life, and he's here today, growing up well and healthy. He's very, very, very active, you know, and every time I just see him, I'll be like, that's like, I gave him, you know, I gave him some of my soul. That's crazy. But anyways, if you're out there and you're a mother, please consider yourself doing a first aid. Please, it's not even a choice. It's something you have to do straight away, for the sake of people around you, for the sake of your children. You know, you never know who's going to need it, but you need it to be handy right there for every single human. But anyways, that's all for today. I thought of putting that message out there for everybody, and thank you all so much, and I hope nobody ever come across such thing like this. But if you ever do, just know, do not panic. Do not panic, because that time you're wasting to panic, you would have done something, you know. But I know that those moments, there's some people going to shock, there's some people who don't know what to do, you know. But always think, if there's a problem, look for solution. How am I going to fix it? You know, your mind has to be straight into it, you know. But anyways, I hope nobody ever come across something like this. Any day, forever, you know. Look after yourselves, look after your children, please. And I'll see you guys in my next video very soon. Take care, angels, and may God bless you all abundantly with your families. May he protect you guys all always. Yeah, see you, angels. Bye bye.